Oh, no!
I think it'll be okay.
Everything's fine. Nobody can see you.
Just in case you're wondering, people, I was naked.
Was. Past tense. You know, I was naked too until I put clothes on. Headphones.
Trying to figure out how to get my hat
Oh,
over my
he's got a
But-
fucking costume.
Well, I have a hat,
Dylan.
but it doesn't fit very well over the headphones.
Oh, I'm not even last here. I'm fine. I'm great.
You are actually, because we're missing Emily and Maddie tonight.
Oh.
So legally, I must
But that's
inform you.
okay.
Okay, bye.
Cute.
Y'all, there's a mystery afoot. Bum, 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 bum. Last we met was the eve of Skyfall. Shipmate known as Nicholas Bones was missing from the festivities and was tried to be tracked down by our own Stan and Timber. What else happened? Oh yeah, Gellin died. Somebody killed him.
Yeah,
so
so I
Ada
guess
Allen is the head of the town council. The other person on the town council was Gellin Primewater, along with Anders Solomar, Eleander Fireborn, the head of the guard, and Copperlocks, the dwarvish woman who's leading the dwarven mining efforts in town. Ida Owland, the head of Saltmarsh Town Council, announced that he is dead. The entire crowd, most of the town, is in the streets sitting. Matt, what did you send to everybody?
it's worth it.
That's me.
Oh, look it.
Worth it.
That's a good skunk. After Ida announces the death of Gellin Primewater, a hush falls over the entire town. Within a few minutes, Eleander Fireborn, with a phalanx of 3 or 4 guards, comes up. The head of the guard, yes.
Okay.
That's Eleander Fireborn.
Okay.
Everyone, please remain calm. We're figuring out the situation.
I nudge the guy next to me. Hey, does this thing happen a lot here?
Before the crown came back in and took over the town, it used to happen more. Cinder pushes towards the front of the crowd.
What happened?
Cinder, we've got everything under control.
It does not sound like you do. A man is dead. We would like to help.
We do not need your help. So
Cool. So we will gather intel. And I walk away.
Cinder, please.
What a bad bitch.
He comes up behind you and he puts his hand on your shoulder and says, as one soldier to another, I need you to respect the chain of command. I must insist that you all refrain from meddling in this murder investigation. From the crowd, you hear a small voice say, perhaps I can be of some assistance in this situation. Small Tortle woman actually comes out of the crowd. About 5 foot. She's got moss growing on her. You can tell she's an older Tortle woman. She says, please excuse me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Genevieve Cocaver. I am a retired detective from far off. I would like to offer my services if at all possible. I am fairly certain I can help solve this mystery.
That'd be great, Genevieve. Thank you very much.
The guard there referenced you being a soldier of some sort. Well, it is rather apparent by your stature and how you carry yourself and your armor and whatnot that you have some sort of former training.
It is a good detective. You must be.
Of course, of course. And you, young man, she gestures to you, Dimitri.
Dimitri's eyes kind of like sparkle at her. She's enchanting.
And who are these two others here?
This
She
is
gestures
dead
to
to
Barney
us.
and
Just kidding.
Timber.
this is Barney and Timber. They're
They're
also
gonna
the quiet
be
type. They're going to be
wars.
they're under some sort of spell for the next 4 hours.
Timber comes forward and does his bow
yeah.
and says, Timber No Clan at your service, ma'am. It's wonderful to meet you. I hope that we become fast friends, of course. And you, miss? And Barney says, well, I'm Barney Barnacle, a follower of Procan. Welcome to our town, and I hope we're able to work together on this.
Yes, why don't we perhaps, if you are amicable, move this to a more quiet location. We have a ship if that would suffice.
Oh, wonderful! I have not set foot on a sailing vessel in some time. Monsieur Tannins, will you not be joining us?
You're not the only one interested in investigating this evening, but I'd be happy to speak with you further later after the evening has died down.
Okay, well, if call us immediately on your cellular telephone if there is an issue.
What is it that they were looking for before?
One of our crew had separated from us, and it was.
Do we have reason to suspect this person as a suspect?
And Dane, to be clear, he was with us though at first during Skyfall.
You have not seen Nick Bones the entirety of Skyfall weekend.
He shouts at Ben, oh, hey, thanks for doing that, because I want to do this murder mystery thing. This looks really fun. See ya, bye.
So it seems like Eleander has really kind of upped the guard presence. Dimitri, you sailing around notice particularly the little girl that you all had accompany you to the haunted house. I am naming her now Isabel because I don't remember what her name was. So on your way to the ship, Genevieve is making small talk and kind of getting to know you. You all find out that she worked for a town guard at a fairly large metropolitan city on another continent for a good 40 years. She was their lead detective, and then she retired and is traveling the world and seeing the world and doing a lot of backpacking on her own. You can see sort of a youthful glimmer in her amber-colored eyes as she is walking down and sharing some tidbits of old cases that she's worked on. So as you guys get to the ship, she meets the rest of the crew as well. I'm sorry, ma'am. Old Nick hasn't shown up yet, but as soon as he does, I'll be letting you know. And she kind of pats him on the side elbow and says, "Thank you, Monsieur Australia." So she actually brings out of her pack. She brings a roll of parchment and a quill and an ink well. She also sets up some incense that she sticks into the back of her shell into a small hole there and lights it. And she says, a small memento of past times. It helps me think. You can see her whole demeanor kind of like focuses in, and she becomes a little more formal and says, I would like to hear all of the events of the evening as you remember them.
Now, correct me where I am wrong, crew, but...
No, I would like to hear them as you remember them.
Well, we were in the middle of town. The only thing of note is that Mr. Bones was missing. Mr. Tannins and Timber went to just check to see if they could locate him. Once the event was over, Ada Owland made the proclamation of murder.
Okay, so like that was mostly right about everything that you asked about, but I feel like you're missing a lot of information. So it all started like a few weeks ago, and, and we came here because
she puts up her hand and says, please, Gian, if I may call you by your first name.
no,
Yes, the
it's just
events
one
of the
name.
evening. If there are pertinent facts outside of this evening, I would love to hear them afterwards.
And we all walked over to the stage where Barney was doing her thingamajigger and got a reserved seating, which Barney hooked up. Thank you, Barney. Oh, whoa, hey, where's Nick? And I'm like, guys, Nick's probably like with his family. I honestly think it's kind of weird that the rest of our crew are here, like, you know, on holiday. It's a fucking holiday, right? Like, then they left to go try and find Nick, and then we watched the show. Super cool. And then, you know, Miss Allen lady was like, murder, and I think you know what happened after that.
And who is this Stan? I have not met him yet. She looks around with her eyebrows up.
Blink.
I don't know.
Cheers, mates.
I'm going to be honest. I think that Jimmy is a little confused on what we know, because I think in out of character I confuse your names because I see Stan first and I say Stan because it's on Zoom.
Sure.
But I don't like what do we call you Ben or do we call you like I've lost a little bit of the plot on that.
You guys know that I am Stan. You know that I go into two other alter egos that were developed, I think, while you guys were all a part of the party. So you saw that kind of come into fruition. So you know when I'm dressed up kind of in a ranger or like adventuring kind of thing, but have makeup so you can't tell I'm a dark elf, that I'm Ben. And that when I'm dressed up more rotundly and lavishly with no armor, I am Stuart.
Mm-hmm.
Generally speaking, I work to make sure that you guys are calling me my appropriate name depending on my current attire. I have been Ben for a couple months now in real time just because there hasn't been a good opportunity or a reasonable opportunity to switch to Stuart or Stan because it would cause more complications than any benefit it provide. I mean, we can retcon here if Dane's good with it, and then just going forward, if there's a mistake, then we can call it
That sounds
canon.
great.
And I'll make sure I'm on it. It'll be my job to make sure my name's correct. It'll be on me.
Okay, so she retracts her question, doesn't even know she asked it. So she then says, wonderful. This gives me a good idea of the events of the evening. When Monsieur Tannins comes back, I will be asking him as well.
With that, I'll walk through the door and be like, fire away. We thought it prudent to make sure that nothing was amiss, so we
Excuse me, I don't wish to interrupt, but what is that bird? You have a crow on your shoulder? Is this a pet of yours?
He nods.
The bird goes up and down and says, oh, a very intelligent creature.
I thought I recognized the colors of the...
A ship you know. Interesting. Yeah. It's called the One-Eyed Wench.
They claim to have attacked us thinking that we were pirates and then stole from us, so...
Pirates who attack pirates?
I feel like Timber would have to, I mean...
Timber's actually remaining oddly quiet during
I'd imagine he'd be a little red-faced and nudging away.
He is covered in fur. He's fiddling with the hilt of his bow blade. I will take this information and under advisement. You have given me much to think on. So thank you all, and I will find you here tomorrow, I think, if that is okay with you.
We will not be leaving in the night, no.
8:45, and says, Monsieur Tannins, good morning. Have you had breakfast yet?
No, our cook regrettably is not awake yet.
No. Of course. Well, I would be happy to make breakfast for you and your crew. You have all been so kind to me, entertaining my investigation of this murder.
We should be otherwise
Of course,
okay.
I am myself a vegetarian as well, but I am happy to make any bacon you have. I do not press my beliefs on others.
Wow, that's you being bacon yourself.
I'm a turtle?
Because you're wearing bacon right now.
Oh, right! Bacon! Can you believe that I forgot that I was wearing a bacon costume? You all wake up to the sounds and the smells of fresh breakfast. She has made scrambled eggs with cheddar cheese. She's made a roasted potato and root vegetable kind of a hash, along with some fresh toast and the butter that she brought herself. Thank you all for accepting me into your little family here. It has been a while since I've been a part of a group, and your quick trust of me is not unappreciated. So you all finish up with this added zeal and zest for justice. You all finish up your breakfast and make your way into town.
I want to suggest to Timber and Barnacle to scout out Prime Water's sort of estate.
You all kind of pack up and make your way into town. There is quite the scene in the town square. In front of the council chambers, there are maybe 10 to 15 guards with Fireborn. Behind him, 3 different guards and 3 different figures in chains. They have chains. They're what's it called? Shackled behind their back. Their heads are held low. You recognize these 3 people. You see Violet Temple. You see Vanessa Grouse, Callie Tatterwell, cast in chains. And Eleander Fireborn says, there they are.
I'm going to march up to Fireborn and be like, progress, sir?
Yes, we found the murderers. These pirates infiltrated the town last night and killed Gellin Primewater, along with looting the town while everyone was watching.
Oops.
Skyfall.
Well,
we have business with them as well. They have stolen from us.
You know these people?
yeah, they stole from us. They're pirates.
I think it prudent to figure out what exactly you have on them and what leads we can take to capture the rest of them with that information.
Let's speak about this at the jail. We need to get them behind bars.
I'm going to turn to Cinder here and be like, Cinder, take Gian and Mamar to finish our business. I'll follow up with Dimitri here, and we can kill 2 birds with one. We can help out these birds here.
Just one bird.
I nod.
Dimitri's tense. He is unhappy.
As soon as you guys are like starting to whisper and stuff, what's his name? Fireborn says, "You're not all deciding to split up now, are you? You're either all coming to the tower or you're not involved in this investigation. So make your choice."
You don't understand. I'm going to step up to intimidation.
I don't think
here.
You understand, Mr.
Wait,
Tannins.
DM. I'm going to step up to intimidation here and be like, I don't think you understand. Somar needs an immediate report from activities elsewhere, and we need to follow through with that now. However, I see the predicament the town is in and the help you need with this investigation. So I think it prudent you allow us to tackle both situations at once, and we conduct our business forthwith. And I stare him down.
Give me an intimidation check.
With advantage because Dimitri's looking real hostile behind him.
All right, so do it with advantage.
I'm 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Councilman Solomar is not in charge here. I gotta say, haven't had to deal with a murder here in quite some time. These pirates had to have done it.
Ah, okay. So you don't know.
There was a hidden passage under the docks with a direct line to his home. Councilman Owlin was the one to find the body. He was stabbed in the back multiple times, and one of his eyes was removed. Mr. Primewater was hosting a party at the time with most of his party attendants on his rooftop deck.
How did you make the connection between these pirates and this murder, and how did you make the connection between these three suspects and them being pirates to begin with?
Mr. Tanis, I see where you're going with this, and I appreciate your thoroughness, but the Duke is in town. A council member has been killed. I have pirates who have infiltrated the town, and I have a murder.
Dimitri slams his fist down on the table.
These are undoubtedly pirates and have committed many crimes. If you all think you are able to find the murderer of Gellin Primewater, then I unofficially ask your help. There were 20 people to attend this party of Mr. Primewater's, Councilman Primewater's, including the Duke himself, Mr. Duke Feldrin, Lady Lamara. There was Gretchen Perry, Telemar Granger, and Bebo Codden Gallop, the rock and soil magnate Jerry Acapulco.
Oh, good.
How much time do you put into writing these names? Because they are on point.
I didn't write them. These are real people.
Oh.
Indeed. The other person who I know spent time with Councilman Primewater was Councilman Owland. This investigation, I'm going to ask as a favor, be kept off the books. I would also ask you to keep this out of the ear of Mr. Solmar, if possible. I think that I will be able to tell you when there will be minimal perimeter security at the Primewater perimeter. What I can do for you now is, if you'd like to talk to the inmates that we have, suspects we have in custody now, I can allow 10 minutes.
What did you do, and what do you know?
Callie Tatterwell spits on the ground and says, "We didn't do shit." And Violet Temple says, we did do shit. We didn't kill anyone. We were given a lead about what was happening in this town, and we took advantage of that.
What was this lead?
We knocked over a pirate ship, and they were gonna do it. Instead, we did it. The note was in Primewater's hand.
They intercepted a note from the pirates they attacked.
Correct.
In his handwriting.
Kept saying handwriting.
Writing,
from the town.
Okay.
Genevieve asks everyone, well, we have maybe an hour and a half before our window opens to look at the crime scene. Shall we visit Monsieur Solmar?
And I look over at Gian and I'm like, can you know the rules? You know what we are saying and what we are not saying.
Yeah, don't say anything about our super, super secret special mission to uncover the secret murder unofficially.
You see Timber actually outside of the snapped line. He lets you know about the ins and outs that that he noticed. They have a fairly heavy guard around the house. There are people stopping in twos and threes and like looking and pointing like that's where it happened. The murder. Oh my God. So he talks about that. He talks about how he noticed that guards were going down the dock and then going into a small boat. And he went and checked that out, and he can point to the exact storm drain that they were using. So he knows the secret passage as well.